Rebirth. The sky is blue. That is an easy thing to learn and understand. It is an easy thing to teach, but the concept of reincarnation that is abstract and wrapped in mystery, and one must jump into an invisible pond in order to believe. For all things on earth are debatable. And the history of reincarnation theories are rich and many. I'd like to write this here essay based not on the fact, but the idea there is both an earthly world and a spiritual world. And that is not only possible, but healthy and natural to be reborn again and again. This idea is much more romantic than the come here once, then be judged notion. To be able to come again and again, experience different time periods, different countries, different sexes, different races. To me, if you believe we have all of eternity with a God, then of course we would keep ourselves busy during that eternity, wouldn't we? Out of the ground into the sky, out of the sky into the ground. Our souls move like water on earth, evaporating invisibly to the sky, and then when ready, raining back down into humanity. This earth is filled with magical things like rain, gravity, oceans, forests, the stars, the moon, the instincts of animals, not to mention the butterfly, which turns from an ugly worm into one of the most beautiful creatures that fly. To look at nature is to get a clue. There is a higher life source, and it is magical, and it is great, and it is powerful, and we ourselves are divine creatures to be respected and loved. Now, if you believe that there is a spirit world watching down upon us, then there must be ways for them to reach us here on earth. As a matter of fact, there are many different ways for spirit to communicate with us here on earth. Dreams are one way, so it is of great importance to pay attention to your dreams, for there are many messages within them. Animals are another way, as Native Americans knew them to be signs. So it is important to notice when certain animals cross your path and to ask yourself, what signal were you supposed to get? With both animals and dreams, you can ask within yourself for a sign, and then sit back and enjoy the show. Like Joan of Arcadia, or touched by an angel, a stranger may be a messenger from the spirit world. Also, so pay attention to what people say to you who cross your path. You yourself may be a messenger to someone else, so listen carefully to your inner voice and tell what is inside of you when given a chance. I do not personally believe in hell, the devil, or evil spirits. I do believe in a world filled with opposites, light and dark, like a beautiful rendering painting. One's experience will include both, so happy trails in this land of shit happens. In this land of shit happens. Who am I but some hillbilly girl in small town Ohio who believes with all her heart that she is the reincarnation of Frida Kahlo? Kahlo, if you prefer. Don't know who would ever read this, but I am the type of soul when spirit calls upon me to create something, I obey. Love. What the book of love. Bigger. Wow. Hard title to live up to. Where to start? Where to start? How about a crazy quote that came to me and I scribbled down during one of my meditations? Stones will form into birds that talk. Whatever could this mean? Spirit world is full of wisdoms and mystical and magical and humor. Wow, ha ha ha. goes them at the human struggles. Shame on me for not knowing one name of a Nobel Peace Prize winner or a human rights activist. And I want to write a book about love. Shame on us all. I know only a Mother Teresa, but shame on us all for only putting greatest of God, spirit, and love in the name of Agnes from Calcutta, who was a homely woman who never had sex. I am currently reading Frankly Speaking by performance artist Frank Moore, who combined the idea of aeroplay and sensualities, nudity, and the idea of spirituality. Now, people, a whole thick book written by a man who could not walk or talk, could not type his words, so he tied a stick to his head and typed every last word from his heart. We all need to read this great feat of the soul, not being silenced by his physical disabilities. What do I know of love? Well, I can honestly say once again, we are still living in the dark ages. So much pain and unnecessary violence. So I am officially diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder. It means I have schizophrenia, plus I have several severe depression on top of that mess. But like Frank, I'm not letting my disability silence my soul's calling to write truths. I was born to a Vietnam vet and a homecoming queen. I was once Frida Kahlo, but don't judge me on my past life. Understand me by it. My works of Edna Floretta speak for themselves. Ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more.